Hi there, we are Lisa and Chris. Please join us aboard our main ship 390, Cool Beans, as we cruise America's Great Loop. Good morning!
Good morning.
It's a glorious morning, isn't it?
It's pretty nice. It's windy, but it's nice other than that.
Well, it's less windy than yesterday. So where are we leaving, where are we going, and why are we a day late?
We're leaving Killarney, headed to Little Current, and we're a day late because the wind was blowing 25 miles an hour yesterday.
And what's it blowing today?
It's all the way down to about 15.
Okay, so good. So I didn't know that. That's good. Did you have fun in Killarney?
Really did. I ate too many good meals. I know that.
I know, and that bakery, oh my gosh, so good. So yummy.
Bakery was great. The fish fry was great.
All right, well, we're on our way to Little Current. They have a grocery store there, so we're excited to provision. And I'll show a little video of this cute little town. Bye. Here is our flotilla leaving Killarney. It was a beautiful morning and we were happy to be back on the water. The little town is so cute and had some really great restaurants. It was chilly this morning, a whopping 51 degrees. We had to bundle up until the sun came out and warmed us up. Arriving in Little Current, we tied up and went on a provisioning trip. You'll notice in Ontario, all the liquor stores are called LCBO, Liquor Control Board of Ontario. It's a government agency that sells and distributes alcoholic beverages. Travel Day 88. We went 20 nautical miles from Killarney, Ontario to Little Current, Ontario. This week, we're going to talk loop information, how many days we have spent in port versus traveling. So when looping in the traditional 1 year-ish time frame, you really have to prioritize your travel days as you are beholden to meet a few deadlines. You need to be in the north in the summer and the south in the winter. You are also beholden to the, say it with me everybody, weather. So there's a balance of days you spend doing the sightseeing things, shopping, museums in port, and days traveling to get a little further along the water. I have all of our stats on a spreadsheet and easily pulled this up. I was interested to analyze how many days on average we spent in port versus traveling. Day for day, including our trip home, we have been on the water 193 days and traveled 91 days of that. So that's an average of 2.1 days in port. This includes the month that we went home. But if you take out the 28 days from our loop time that we went home, our average days in port lowers just a little to 1.8 days in port. So basically, we travel every other day. I thought this was interesting. So then I was interested in how many days we spent more days than 2 in port. Turns out it was quite a few. Here are some of the towns that we spent 3 days in. And a few places we spent more than 3 days. Here are those towns. These were mostly due to weather delays, but some, like St. Augustine and Annapolis, we stayed so long because we wanted to have fun there. This is our loop, and this is where we wanted to spend our time, or had to, depending on the weather. Everyone is so different, so while planning your loop, be mindful of how many travel days you will have and where you will have to be and when. And remember, some travel days are shorter than others, so you could certainly get some sightseeing and fun stuff done just in the afternoon that you're in port. We left Little Current at 7 a.m. due to a long travel day ahead. The morning sky was absolutely gorgeous. The North Channel is a little different than the Georgian Bay. It is no less stunning, as you can see, but there are less rocks everywhere and more shoreline of beautiful and tall green trees. Here is a time lapse of us coming into Blind River Marina from the bow. We sterned in, backed in, so a little less exciting to view once we got into the slip, but good job to my captain. When we got into the marina, we learned that this silo was left from the sawmill in 1906 and was a burner for the sawdust and scraps. It hasn't been used in many years, but is a very visible landmark for the marina. And a bit of interesting information, Blind River is the northernmost point on our loop. It is also our last stop in Canada. Travel Day 89. We went 46 nautical miles from Little Current, Ontario to Blind River, Ontario. Good morning!
Good morning.
Where are we leaving, and more importantly, where are we going?
We're leaving Blind River, Ontario, Canada, and we're headed to Drummond Island in the United States.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So excited! We're crossing Lake Huron, correct?
Yes, North Channel.
And we needed a good weather day, and it looks like we've got it. I think we can see behind you here. It's just beautiful, isn't it?
It's a great morning. Dead calm. Just a few clouds. Sun's up, moon's up.
There you go. What more could we ask for, huh?
Good day to be on the water.
If you could describe your Canada experience with 1 or 2 words, what would you say?
Too short.
Oh, I agree. We were just talking about that. It was, I wish we could have stayed all summer. Now that we're here, I wish we could have stayed, but alas, we must keep moving. All right, bye. Here's our flotilla leaving the marina. What a gorgeous morning to travel. Lake Huron is the second largest of the Great Lakes, with a surface area of 23,007 square miles, making it the third largest freshwater lake on Earth. Sadly, more than 1,000 wrecks have been recorded on Lake Huron. Georgian Bay contains 212 sunken vessels. Here we are, arriving back into U.S. waters. We got into Drummond Island and began the process of checking back into the USA. We had a little trouble. We're going to just say that Canada wins for ease of checking into a country. We did celebrate with cocktails, a fun picture, and dinner celebrating Susie's birthday. A good time was definitely had by all. Travel Day 90. We went 37 nautical miles from Blind River, Ontario to Drummond Island, Michigan. What is your tip of the week?
This week's tip is very loop specific. Susie aboard Tranquility requested this. When we came back to the United States, we thought check-in was going to be pretty easy. We found out we needed a sticker that we thought we could purchase at any marina or port on Lake Michigan. We found out that was not the case. So we tried to check in on the app. The app kept kicking us out because we didn't have a sticker number. We found a 1-800 helpline, called it, and it had a recording that actually said, "We cannot help you." So Don found a website, a video on how to get registered on the internet. Susie figured out how to do it on the phone, so she spent the rest of the afternoon helping us and strumming along, get registered to get our sticker number so we could re-enter the United States. So the tip is, make sure you do this well ahead of time so you don't have to do the fiasco that we went through.
Good tip. Thank you, Suze. Up and out at 7 a.m., we left Drummond Island to head for Mackinaw City before the winds started to rise. It was an absolutely gorgeous morning, and I will never get tired of taking pictures and videos of sunrises and sunsets. I think most loopers say the same thing. We had a little wind at the start of our trip this day, but it laid down nicely for most of the day. Gosh, isn't this beautiful? We went past Mackinaw Island, the famous island where we will be going soon. We decided to stay in Mackinaw City and just ride the ferry over to the island. As we came by the island, the wakes from the passing ferries stirred up the water like a washing machine. We did arrive safely to our slip and enjoyed a nice dinner before heading off to sleep. Travel Day 91. We went 46 nautical miles from Drummond Island, Michigan to Mackinaw City, Michigan. We spent all day wandering around Mackinaw City. We loved it. There was even a Corvette show the day we were there. It's a cute tourist town, but with lots of great places to shop and eat. These are our boat buddies. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Don Kahn.
And I am Susie Kahn.
Awesome. Tell us about your boat.
So our boat is a 2019 Beneteau Swift Trawler 35. It's named Tranquility. And we chose it because it has good size for two people to do the loop on. It has a Cummins 425 engine, which is good on fuel consumption at trawler speeds, as well as if the weather gets bad, we do have the capability to travel upwards of 19 to 20 miles an hour.
That's awesome. Susie, what does your boat name? What does your boat name mean to you?
This is my little slice of heaven. This is where I can just decompress and be tranquil.
I love it. I love your boat name. Where did you guys start your loop?
We started at our home port in Satellite Beach, Florida.
Awesome. What has been your biggest surprise along the way?
So for me, the biggest surprise, and I'm used to boating in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Florida, but some of the bigger bodies of water that we've encountered here, like the Chesapeake Bay and the Georgian Bay, and then also some of the narrowest channels that we've gone through were in the Trent Severn and in some of the channels of the Georgian Bay.
Yeah, those were surprising.
For me, it was how much daily planning there is, which nobody mentions. Also, I do have to say is how awesome it's been to meet so many people and to make lifelong friends. I mean, I don't make friends easily, but this has been just amazing.
That share the same experiences, right?
Yeah, the same passions for the water and boating.
You're right. It has been great. What advice do you have for someone wanting to do the loop?
So my advice, mainly from a boat standpoint, is to purchase your boat far in enough advance to become familiar with the boat, and also to become familiar with the boat's capabilities and the systems on the boat. So if anything was to go wrong, at least you would know which system was the problem.
Excellent advice. Susie?
For me, it's been, if you're a little OCD like myself, coming to grips with the realization that you are never in control. The weather, the waves, marina availability will dictate everything about your daily loop. So you gotta let go and enjoy the trip.
Great advice. I love it. I agree with you too. Last question. We're going to talk about the spring or fall rendezvous, but just as a side note, we met you in Brunswick and we traveled on and off with you all the way to the spring rendezvous. So just wanted to put that in there. Do you think the rendezvous was worth attending, and what did you think of it? Any advice about the rendezvous?
Yeah, I mean, for us, I think the spring rendezvous was definitely worth attending. It gave us a lot of insight on all the different areas that we'll be traveling through, especially these areas that we've never been to before.
We've been traveling for over 4 months, and to this day we are still using the notes that we received during the rendezvous on a daily basis. All the insight that all the harbor hosts have shared, which you can't find in a book or anything, we have notes of those and we read them daily. So it was priceless.
Well, thank you for your time. I'm sure everyone's being very excited to meet you in person. They've heard about Don and Susie so much on our video. So everybody, this is Don and Susie on Tranquility.
Welcome back aboard Cool Beans. Another great week on the water. We did about 150 nautical miles this week.
Yes.
We left Killarney on Tuesday, I believe. We stayed a little bit longer than what we intended because of the weather. Left Killarney for Little Current. Little Current should have been called a lot of current, because the water was moving pretty swift in there.
It did.
Enjoyed being there.
Cute little town.
Cute town. Walked around, saw the town. Left Little Current for Blind River. And I don't remember what we did there.
Well, we just, nothing. That was our last Canadian town. And it was
Canadian town.
The northernmost point of our loop.
After that, we went to Drummond Island and had to go through the process of checking back into the United States, which was a fiasco.
gosh.
And now we're in Mackinaw City.
Yes.
Right behind us is Mackinaw Island.
Yes.
We spent the day touring Mackinaw City. Really, really enjoyed it. Lots of little shops, tons of restaurants, live music in the, I guess they call it the courtyard.
Yeah, the courtyard right across here. It's so nice.
Great, great day.
It's a beautiful little town, gorgeous Michigan weather, and sunny, 70 degrees. Just enjoying it so much.
I don't have anything else.
I don't either, so we just appreciate all the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Sending love and hellos to all of our family and friends.
See y'all next week at More Cool Things.